so I play Caius Cassius, but most of the time just Cassius is what you'll hear. And he's fun because he gets to sort of set a fire underneath people and try and see how far he can move people and motivate people, especially at the beginning of the play. He knows what he's up to. He would describe Caesar carefully and try not to say too much to anybody, but he's not a big fan. Oh, he's a tyrannical monster.
Self-centered.
Power-hungry.
Ambitious, I think, in not a good way.
Selfish.
Doing more harm than good.
And I think he's so greedy.
Destructive.
He's a weak, infirm, ill-placed ruler who has to go.
I play CINNA, and I really like her because she's really worried and concerned about if it's okay to kill him, and she gets kind of wrapped up with the emotional aspect of it and the moral, which is really fun and similar to me, I feel like.
I love CASCA and I love her in this setting. We're in the 80s, we're in the boardroom, and just like it was then, she is one woman among the boys. And I think that's one of the reasons that she falls in line with conspirators, because she's ready to change the system.
He's the guy that goes into the room, everyone wants to be around him, he's a kind of smooth talker, he's like a car salesman. And I'm realizing that once the deed is done, maybe my character hasn't thought enough about what it actually means to murder.
There is a part right before the murder of Caesar where I have to distract Mark Antony and get him out of the room. So it's my job as a friend of his, as a closer associate of his than the other senators, to kind of get him out, and then everyone else can do what they were there to do. But at the same time, I have to be like, sorry, we killed your friend, and are you still my friend, after the fact.
I mean, there's a whole line, he was my friend, faithful and just to me. I think besides Calpurnia, Mark Antony is the #1 fan of Caesar.
She would describe him as stubborn and prideful, but loving. And I think she would say that he is more open than a lot of people believe, and he cares. Yes, I'm married to Caesar and he is this great man, but he's also my husband. I'm worried about him. We still get to be human together.
I'm a winner. He is an extremely successful person in the world that he lives in. And so it's completely understandable why he's gotten to where he's gotten, and of course, again, perhaps even more understandable now than it was then, why people feel angry that he's there and they're not.
Caesar stopped following the rules for a very long time, and he continuously is consolidating power. And Cassius knows that even if the government is corrupt the way it is, or the business is corrupt the way it is, it's better to have the corruption spread out and to have power spread out. But if one person has complete authority, then they can do whatever they want. And that scares Cassius.
His haters would say that there's a power structure for a reason. There are checks and balances for a reason. And that's as smart as one man can be, he's never infallible.
Caesar is Brutus's surrogate dad, almost. I mean, they have this very close father-son-ish relationship. Caesar calls Brutus his angel. And yeah, without giving anything away, that is problematic in this play. And that is kind of the center of my conflict, that relationship with Caesar, and how, although it's very deep and very loving, it presents problems.
Brutus and Portia, it's a real partnership. She's his equal in the home, so you kind of get a glimpse of his home life and how deeply they love each other and trust each other and rely on each other.
I love playing Portia because she's a very strong character, and one of the strongest in Shakespeare's repertoire, and very loyal.
I am playing both the soothsayer at the top of the show, tells Caesar, beware the Ides of March,
And then we combined a couple of characters. Officially, my name is Lucius, who is Brutus's right-hand man. He's like the intern, you know? He's like, this is his first big job, and he's like taking the minutes down for the meeting, and sees and hears perhaps more than people think.
So the anticipation is going to be delicious coming up to the assassination scene. But I think it's actually going to be most interesting after that, because I'm sure even people that know the play aren't quite familiar with what happens after that.
So I play Mark Antony. I think he might be the smartest person in the show, just because he carves out a plan from zero in minutes, and that's truly breathtaking if you think about it.
Shakespeare is so bold as to have you saying exactly what you're feeling almost all the time. So you have these huge, deep moments where the characters admit to exactly what's happening in their hearts, and that's so exciting to get to play, and there's nothing else like that.